Okay, well, as many of you requested, the song Days of Elijah, how do I play it? So this is my interpretation of the song. I play it in the key of G. If you message me your email address, I can send you my chord sheet that I use for it with the lyrics, which is also got the extra verse where it's got Deborah and Esther, because the first verse is singing about men, and it includes then the woman in the song as well. But the basic idea of the song is built on the bass guitar groove. So if you listen to the original recording, it's got this typical groove. Start with that idea. If you want to play this groove that I'm playing, play the bass riff first. You know, the G, then the C, back to the G, then the D. Okay, now I'm going to play that same riff idea with chords. So I'm strumming around the bass area, top bassy strings. My C is an inversion. Back to the G, then my G, slap. Slap is just using your thumb, this part of it, like that. So, with a D, I do a little hammer on, so there's the D chord, but then I take finger 1 and finger 3 and I hammer it on, so I open it up, strum the chord, get the idea, turn it that away, so it's plain old D chord, strum, open it up, okay, so that's one little nuances of the chords that I add in. So strumming, just to recap, I strum around the bass area to add that riff, the bump, bump, bump. So strum around here, bump, 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 zakata, all the strings, zump, zump, zums, all of them. Change to the C, rum, dum, dum, all of them, dump, dump, dum, all of them. And then D is down below, so I'm going to just play all of it from the start. Dun, 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 dun. Okay? Nuance. Another thing I do as well when I play the turnaround of the song, I do a slide from the 12th fret. Okay, and that's a nice way where how I would play it is I use finger 2 because I want to end up with finger 2 on the G chord. So finger 2 from the 12th fret, my guitar's got a little double dot there. I just I press down, but at the same time I'm muting the strings beneath string 6. So string 5 and 4 is muted, even below that. But when I strum, I just strum the top string. And why I mute the others is that in case I accidentally hit string 5 and 4, they muted, so they won't ring out, only string 6. And vary the speed, you can get a subtle change in that tone there. So that's called percussive playing. Funk music relies on that. If you want to practice that, the percussive tone, you know, if you just mute your strings, you can play percussively. All right, there's just some ways that I interpret the song. You might see on the original video as well that I sometimes use the D with the added 5th note. which gives me an A. So it's D, but I add the A note on the bottom string, the high E, 5th fret. Then because I add that high note, I don't need finger 2 playing the F sharp there. So I swap my fingers around. I play finger 1, which is the 2nd fret, 3rd string. Then finger 2 moves to the next position, 2nd string, 3rd fret, it's a D note. And then with finger 4, I add the 5th fret, 1st string, which is my A note. So then playing D, I think D, but I play this extended chord. Beautiful harmony. So it's just it replaces the D chord. So it's, I think D, but I add the A note to it. Okay. All right. I'll play that in a round so you can get the idea. Slow it down as well. Because I've been playing so long, I'm on autopilot, but I'll try and slow it down so you can get a better feel for it. So it goes. All right, that's basically the song, you know, that kind of groove. There's a key change that comes in as well when it goes to the 3rd verse. So on the chord sheet, I'll do this thing. So the G to the C to the G, and where I would normally go to the D, this time I'm going to do an E-sus or E7 sus chord. It's a really easy chord to play. E7 suspended to the E7. Wondering what I'm playing here. It's open voicing. So the chord sheet will say A, D, E. So, and I'm playing that. I'm just playing an alternative voicing for it. So you can still do the normal A chord to the D chord, then to the E, back to the A. But typically one of the invoicings you want to learn straight up is an A2. So you play an A2, meaning 3rd note down, that 3rd finger there, it's going to lift up, and I'm left with an A2 chord, and that's a nice alternative voicing for when you see an A major chord. Typically it says A, you can choose to replace it with a voicing like A2, and then you can even alternate between the two of them, A major, A2. See what a nice voicing. So that's what I'm doing when I go to the key of A for the 3rd verse of the song. And that same note I can invert differently. So A, which is now really an A2, but just think A, and I can play it here as well. A, A2, it's an inversion. So it's the same notes, just played in a different order. This to me rings out beautifully. Then my A sus, that's a D chord slash A. So it's a D chord with an A bass, but I invert it again. So that's to explain it to you. When I play D, I can open it up, the bottom string, I'm going to open it up. So instead of the F sharp, it becomes the E note, it becomes a D2. But I'm going to extend it up, so I'm going to play it this way, and I'll put a chord box here for you to just follow easily. So now I'm still playing D, there's the recognizable part. Then I'm adding this extra note, which is an F sharp, like that's an F sharp there, but I'm now playing the F sharp here. So, and then I'm adding the A bass. There's my 5th string up, with the chord D. So go from A it's like the same shape D inverted. I move it up to the 4th fret. So I've got an E, but now this finger is going to go slightly up to touch the A bass string because I don't want to have the A ring out. And then I can strum everything, E bass, the E chord below it. But I strum all of it. This one's muted. So it's just a different way of playing E. It might look complex and something like a bit weird, but once you get used to it, it's so easy. So I play my A in a different pattern with my fingers, just so it makes it easier for me to switch between chords. So the A, to the D, to the E, to the D, to the A, or A, D, E, A. It's just inversion. My C sharp minor in the song, I'm going to do an open voicing again. So I could do the normal C sharp minor or the open voicing F sharp minor, chord boxes there. So just you got to just think what works, what sounds right. Sometimes the open voicing's not going to sound right, and you want to do the the traditional plain old chord. F sharp minor, C sharp minor, F sharp minor, or open voicing. Open voicing. And then at the end of the song, we just slow it down. I hope that inspires you. A last tip I might give you, some people would ask me, how do you strum it? Now, strumming is a very, it's an easy thing to do, but it's also complicated. And the best advice I can give you is listen to the groove, the rhythm, and try and emulate that. And people might approach it differently, but it's not a hard and fast thing. As long as you're just adding complementary beats to the groove, you want to play in a similar style. And one way that you could just pick that up is if you don't concentrate on the chord, but just on the right hand. And some people say, well, is it down or up? It doesn't really matter. An up strum and down strum is going to get the same sound. Doesn't matter. Get the groove. That helps you be inspired as you play the song Days of Elijah.